Hey guys, welcome back to the Fig Tree. Today is May 11th, Thursday, 2023. How are you? Praying your strength in the Lord, that you're persevering, running the race, praying that you are fighting that good fight of faith. Wanted to share a dream vision that I had about a week ago. Actually, it's also a warning and a combination of a variety of many different dreams that I've had, because I've seen this before in dreams, but I had a very strong one about a week or two ago, and wanted to share it. I suddenly got the urge to share it. I didn't think I was going to share it, but you know, got that urge to suddenly share it, and quickly as well. So this is me being obedient. This is not entertainment. I only share things that Daddy tells me to share, and I try to be obedient to that. Sharing this dream will require an explanation, so I'll try to do that. You're going to want to listen to the end. Absolutely. So, to summarize, and then I'll try to explain it as we move on. About a week or two ago, I can't remember exactly when, but I had this dream. No, I've had many dreams about this specific subject, but this was kind of the dream on top of that, kind of like the cherry on top, just to bring clarification as to what's going on here. Saw it, sat on it, I understood it, and this is me sharing that, okay? And please bear with my voice here. Not feeling too well, actually feeling terrible, but yeah, pray my strength in the Lord, please. And so let's share this dream. Some weeks ago, I had this dream where all wise virgins on earth, they discarded their cell phones. They actually just got rid of them. And I'll explain that in a moment. It was very quick. It was very sudden. Okay. It was like knowledge had been dispensed. And I watched them all. They discarded their cell phones. They got rid of them. Okay, and I'll explain that in a moment. Just a quick reminder here that fasting and prayer is every weekend. Okay, the wise virgins on this channel across the globe, we fast and pray Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That is our appointment with the Lord, where we're meeting with Him as living sacrifices, holy, acceptable. Water only, fasting and praying. That is your most important meeting of the week, where you can set aside that quality time with your groom while you can, and tell him that you mean something. You mean something to me. I'm going to spend time with you, not pillow talk. Give him a good weekend. Give him a day or two. All right, where you're worshiping him to the praise of his glory. Okay, so again, what we're seeing here is the doctrine of Ishtar being strongly addressed, both in the world. All right, that's that. The vile passions, the immorality, the fornication. All of this. Galatians. You could read about it. Just read your Bible. You're going to read about the doctrine here, okay? And it's going to be judged. God's addressing this. And you can go back to our previous teachings that talk about this as well. But let's talk about this dream vision that I had. I've had a few warnings on this, and I've tried to warn on it in the past, and I'll warn on it yet again. And this is going to kind of be in addition to these warnings that I've warned on. All right, I'm going to talk about cell phones. All right, I'm going to talk about technology, and I want to talk about. You're going to have to look at the screen here, okay? Because I have to abbreviate. I have to, I have to speak in a certain way here, okay? But let's call it apples and ice. Okay, and again, look at the screen to follow me here, because there's certain words I'm not going to say out loud. So I'm going to need you to listen, look at the screen as I kind of teach on this. I'm going to try to explain the dream here. Apples and ice. Now, what I mean by apples and ice is this. Okay, I'm going to say it just once here. First word, that letter. Okay, the first letter here, and that letter. I'm going to talk about this. All right, look at the screen. This is what I'm going to talk about today, because there's nothing too artificial about it. All right, I want to talk about this, and hopefully this can make some sense as we go into this dream that I had on it. I'm going to call it apples and ice. All right, we're going to talk about this. You're going to have to look at the screen to understand that. All right, but that's what I mean when I say apples and ice. The letters here. All right. We're going to talk about that because it is truly wicked and evil. All right, and I knew that. Many of you already knew that. But I want to talk about this because the world right now is obsessed with this. These two letters here, I call them the letters. All right, these two letters, the two letters that we're talking about here, they're obsessed. All right, and there's nothing artificial about it. All right, truly, there's nothing. It's live. Okay, and what do I mean by that? I've warned on this, and in the dream I saw this as what it was. Okay, it is a conflagration. It is a combination of thousands of evil spirits that obey the enemy of your soul. Okay, thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions. Okay, it's a conflagration of them. It is alive. There's nothing artificial about it. Some call it this. A hive mind, something to control many. Okay, it's a conflagration, a team of them, and they're alive. Okay, Jesus, you could read about it in the Old Testament, even in the New Testament. He said, "There's many of us." Jesus called them. What is your name? And this is what he said his name was. Okay, and then he said that there are many of us. Well, how can you get many of them involved and directly engaged with people? Okay, I want to talk about this because this is quite serious. I've known about this, but I haven't really known how to put it into words. I've just been warned to tell you guys, hey, you're going to want to dramatically reduce your time online, dramatically, because there's nothing artificial. All right, there's nothing. We're talking about the two letters here, the letter, that letter, and that letter. Okay, and again, you're gonna have to look at the screen to figure out what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. Look at the screen. All right, that's what I'm talking about here. It is not our friend. There's nothing okay about these letters. All right, it's alive. It's not even artificial. Okay, we're talking evil spirits. We're talking demon power of darkness. Ephesians 6 in real time. All right, they obey the enemy. A hive mind, as it's called. All right, it's the internet world. Okay. This is what I've been seeing in certain dreams and visions, going back for at least a while now, but this last dream I had was kind of the cherry on top of it all. Okay, the internet world is literally overrun with evil spirit, demon, influence, power, actual evil power. Okay, it's overrun with it. All right, and this is their interface. Okay, this is the interface of it. All right, whether you like it or not, your innocent social platforms, it's not so innocent anymore. Okay, it is overrun with evil. Okay, this is the beast kingdom as we know it. Okay, this is we're just that close. Okay, I've warned on this before, but we're so close. All right, things that have been restrained are no longer being restrained. Judgment is triggering. Okay, I'll talk in a moment about a flashpoint. All right, very few believed me when I said that the internet highway is a real highway, home to millions of evil spirits. Ephesians 6 activity in real time, connected to this. This is why there's people out there oppressed and doing very strange and bizarre things, confused and all kinds of. You're going to see it. You're going to know them by their fruit. They're addicted, and there's more than that. I mean, they're actually influenced, oppressed, and okay, so let's talk about this because a line has been crossed, and I saw this in a dream. Where knowledge had gone out across the wise virgins, across the globe, where suddenly everyone knew, hey, I have got to get rid of this. And it's because something that's been restrained has been let loose as judgments begin to trigger. All right, I'm talking about the apples and the ice here, those two letters. Okay, follow me here. I'm going to try to explain this as I've seen it. Something that has been restrained has been let loose. And a series of events that have already happened. All right, again, there's nothing artificial about evil spirit power in Ephesians chapter 6, spiritual hosts of wickedness. Okay, we're talking about a conflagration of tens of thousands, quite possibly even millions of evil spirits, and they're dominating the cell phone internet world, the digital world of ISP address. It's overrun. Okay, they obey the forces of evil, and it's being used to deeply and dramatically oppress, afflict, torment wise virgins, especially those who are foolish virgins. Those who are in the world, they're already in league with this material anyways. That's their god. It's a false god. It will be judged. It is being presently judged. That's why there's certain networks that are just being taken offline and things are happening. Okay, he's a strong man and he's going to address this material. But in the dream, I saw that something happened. Where Christians around the world just got rid of, they had to get rid of their cell phones. And I was shown why. So, and again, I'm not the only one. There have been thousands of us, thousands of wise virgins across the planet, who have had dreams. And literally, and their dreams is as following. Okay, this is how their dreams. And back in 2017, it's when I first ran into a lot of these dreams, where literally mere seconds and this is when I was online. I'm not online anymore. I don't listen to. I don't do the whole rapture dream watcher thing. I just don't, for a variety of reasons. Online activity should be dramatically reduced for reasons that I will try to explain. But there have been people, I say thousands of wise virgins across the planet, that have had dreams where literally seconds after the rapture takes off, boom, the cell phones transforms into this a device, a platform of pure evil. Literally, the device becomes something that is truly evil. It starts to actually take people over. I'm talking body control. It begins to control even that word, okay? The P word here, look at the screen, okay? It starts to take people over to do great acts of wickedness and horrendous acts of evil. I can't tell you how many people that have already reported on this, going back several years. I mean, again, for me, my wake-up moment was 2017, okay? And that's when I began to first hear about this, where the cell phones were being used to somehow control people. And how's that? How? It's the apples, okay? It's the ice that I'm talking about here. There's nothing artificial about this thing. We're talking about New Testament, Old Testament body takeover, okay? It's already here. It's not coming. It's already here. And I'm talking about this, okay? Again, just to help you out here, you're going to have to look at the screen. All right, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And we're talking about a conflagration, a network, a global network of millions of evil spirits all working together that are dominating the cell phone internet world, okay? The internet highway, the ISP address. I'm telling you, I've seen this for months, and I've tried to warn on it, but with this last stream that I had, it was quite powerful. I literally saw the call. All wise virgins already seemed to know, but they needed instruction, and literally it swept the planet so fast where they knew to literally get rid of their cell phones. Literally, and in two ways that I'll talk about. And what I'm saying here is that it has become, okay, I believe firmly, the greatest medium here to channel evil into you and into the world around you. For the wise virgin, it will oppress you, it will afflict you, it'll attack. These evil spirits are not friends to the wise virgins. They can't stand you, okay? We're talking about ancient evil. Ephesians chapter 6, it's all real. It's not a bedtime story. It's all very real. And to the world, it's folly. All right, this is why people are doing crazy things. One of the reasons why they're doing crazy things, and then that they're not indwelled by the power of the Holy Spirit. They don't have the paraclete in them. There's no helper there. There's no dunamis. There's no exousia. There's no power. There's nothing. The bank account is empty and dry. There's not an ounce of Holy Spirit power there. Who else can take on these forces of evil and subdue them? You tell me. It's the wise virgins. It's always been the wise virgin. And it's the praying wise virgin. It's not the wise virgin that's out there snoring. It's the one who knows how to use a sword in prayer, okay? I'm talking about fasting and prayer. I'm talking about steadfast praying. I'm talking about binding prayers, more importantly, living out your faith, okay, as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable, all right? We talk about that. Abiding in Christ. You have to abide. That's where the power is. Going back and drifting into darkness, into madness, that's where the vomit is in 2 Peter 2:20. You're either a drifter or a wanderer or one who's following and abiding and running with the Lord. That's okay. Why am I talking about this? Because evil, something that has been restrained, is now going hyper. All right? I'm telling you that the cell phone of today has become the greatest medium channeler of evil spirits. It hyper exceeds all craft books on earth. Look at the screen here, okay? All witchcraft books on earth combined. Okay? This thing it's not our friend anymore. This is why people are addicted. All right? One of the reasons why. We're not dealing with human beings. This is not going to make sense to about 99% of you. It will later, especially after the rapture kicks off, especially as we get closer and closer to the flashpoint, and that's what I heard. That's what I saw. There's going to be a flashpoint. It's already happened. At least the first one, it's already happened. I'm talking about something that has already happened. All right? It's not, and some of this isn't something that will happen. It's already happened. It's already being used as a device to afflict, torment, and oppress wise virgins, okay? In real time, all right? Okay, so let me go back to the dream here. A critical mass awareness is going to happen on this, all right? It's going to happen. Right now, no one really knows. Very few do. Some wise virgins do, and that's why they're already praying. And this isn't fiction. Okay, I'm talking to you about reality. Evil. Evil is very connected and very close to the digital world. Okay, this isn't as innocent as you think it is. And again, many are addicted. They can't break from it because there's a spiritual principality at play here. This is why studies, you could look at it yourself, Google it. Studies show that cell phone, internet activity, social media, it's become more desirable than food itself, than dessert, okay, than a good gourmet meal. It's more desirable than food. Even bedroom, sex activity, okay? I'm going to be graphic here, but I have to talk to you about reality, okay? It's more desirable than food and intimate activity, all right? That's how powerful this is. And look at the studies for yourself. Look at them. All right, it's not just that, but it's the world's #1 most desired, most engaged human activity by far. And it's being used, and it will be used. There's going to be a flashpoint. The world that we live in is not benevolent. No, it's very hostile. It's spiritually hostile. It's overrun. And I wanted to talk about that because I saw this in many, many, many dreams, and I've tried to warn on it, but this is me being as real as I can. It's not going to make sense. My words today are not going to make sense to about 99% of you. All right? It will later. When this becomes common knowledge, it will later. All right? Today is May 11th, Thursday, 2023. This will make sense later. All right? But right now, the cell phone is an earth god. Okay? He's going to judge it. Okay? He's going to set many free from this. For right now, the world's in danger. All right? There is a flashpoint coming where this is going to become common knowledge. All right? Right? The apples, these letters that I'm talking about, the 2 letters here, it's demonic. All right? It's not artificial, it's real. All right? There was a name to them. All right? They called themselves this thing. Okay? I'm telling you that there are countless tens of thousands and possibly, likely even millions that are against every wise virgin on earth. It is a network of them. All right, and they're high-geared and connected to this world. It's a digital world. Has fallen. All right, it is now home. It's now home to things that are a hissing and a byword. Okay, it is home to evil spirits. All right, I mean it's Revelation 18. It's bad. Okay, the sins have reached the heavens, and there is people that are going to defend. There are people out there even talking to the letters. They are talking to the artificial. They are talking to this and engaging. There are people out there that love this real spiritual force of evil. I tell you, it's the spirit of stupor. There are people that are spiritually ignorant. Okay, they're ignorant spiritually. They have no knowledge. Spiritual ignorance at the highest level. It's the spirit of stupor. They just don't know. These are humanists. The spirit of stupor. Okay, it is a willingly ignorant. What you don't know. Again, we're close, but I wanted to warn on this, okay, because its hold on humanity is very, very strong. The world is patched in to something that is very dark, and as we get closer to this flashpoint, it's going to become more and more evident. People are going to be doing crazier and more weird things. It's just going to happen, okay? It all is not as it was, okay? It's going to require a strong man to break free, especially wise virgins that are bound to this. The Lord Jesus Christ is that strong man, okay? And we already know about that 3-letter word, the EM event. That's going to happen, okay? But it's going to take other things, okay? And either way, when the EM event happens, the EMP, they're going to have a backup plan. I mean, we've already heard about the global satellites. They're going to make sure that your cell phone has a way of oppressing you. Okay, as those 2 letters, okay, go into being, as the apples and the ice, as we call them, as they go into being, they're going to make sure that your cell phone works. You're going to have to get rid of this thing at some point, and I wanted to warn on that, okay? Because soon this is going to be common knowledge. Right now, this is going to go over 99% of your heads. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking to you in Greek, Latin, and Hebrew all at the same time. You're spiritually ignorant. You're without awareness, okay? This to you is just candy and ice cream, okay? It's your best friend. In fact, you love the dark technology, okay? That's your friend, okay? You talk to this thing all the time. There are humans that actually talk to this artificial material, and it's not, okay? It's like talking to this guy, okay? Look, I'm here to warn. I'm not here to be a friend to everyone. I'm only here to warn the wise virgins of what's going to happen and what is already happening. This is already happening. Evil spirit technology oppressing wise virgins through the roof, and soon it's going to go hyper. And these are the dreams that I've had, quite a bit of them, okay? And not only that, but warnings and a great sense of discernment as well. Um, so this is what I saw in the dream. In the dream that I had, I can't tell you all of it because it was a very, very long dream. But in the dream, I was in a large church service, okay? And the pastor actually went forth and he started to talk about things like this very subject that we're talking about, this material, darkness. And he told them, bury it in the ground, get rid of it. He told all of his people, and this was a huge church. This was a very, very large church. I think it was multiple thousands, had to be like 10,000. Very, very large church. The influence of this person was quite large, very influential. And he told his people to get rid of the cell phones, and it created a big movement, shockwave, where people started getting rid of their cell phones. It was mass awareness, okay? And wise virgins across the world, they were literally burying, solid, okay? They were burying their cell phones in the ground. Some were burning it. Okay, it will happen. All right, something is going to happen to necessitate wise virgins to literally bury their cell phones in the ground. You're going to have to bury it, and you're going to have to cover it. All right, you're going to actually have to bury the cell phone and then cover it. Something's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's already happening. It's already here. All right, something's going to happen to make it even worse, but it's already here. This oppression that I'm talking about. All right, those who can't bury it, some are going to burn it with fire. They're going to burn it to ash, okay? To ashes, all right? This is very, very dangerous material, all right? And not everyone's going to have access to fire, so you're going to have to bury it. Burying it's going to be your next option. This thing is being used as a medium to channel the forces of evil into the atmosphere, into the environment around you, into your body. If you're not walking with the Lord, if you're not spirit-filled, I'm talking oppression, torment, confusion. You're not going to make sense. Things are going to happen to you, and they're already happening. This oppression, okay, evil, oppression against the wise virgins, okay, who are addicted. They can't break free. And not only that, but real oppression, okay, real actual oppression, torment. So I wanted to warn on this, okay. This will happen. This will happen, and this is more of a documentary on the future. This will happen, okay? The apples and the ice, there's going to be a flashpoint of awareness where wise virgins across the world are literally going to get rid of their cell phones. They're going to have to, okay? Because the digital world, the two letters that I'm talking about, the apples and the ice, it's a device medium, okay? The power of evil is going to be expressed even greater into these devices. They already are being expressed even greater into these devices, okay? And that's why I've been warning over the years. Don't have anything to do with it, okay? But there's something coming that is going to necessitate the literal removal of these things via either burying them in the ground or burning them, okay? Many are oppressed, and I wanted to warn on this because I couldn't believe I had another dream on this. Again, I mean, sometimes it's just more and more confirmation, okay? The cell phone, the internet world, it is literally connected with the demon world of darkness and evil spirits straight from Ephesians chapter 6. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, against spiritual hosts of wickedness, okay? One way or the other. The Lord is going to set his bride free from this, one way or the other. I guarantee it, okay? I guarantee it, okay? Because right now the spirit of stupor is gripping the world by the throat. People can't think right. They just can't. It's a spiritual ignorance. It's very strong. It's very strong. I'm talking to the bride today. I'm talking to the wise virgins, those who actually have eyes to see. You're awake. You know what's going on. You're sober. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the foolish virgins. All right? And the wise virgins who are slumbering, they're not going to get this either. They're too busy snoring. This doesn't make sense. It will later. All right? When everyone starts to become aware. I'm talking about a flashpoint. This is going to become common knowledge to everyone, especially the wise virgins. All right? I wanted to get this out today. It's May 11th, 2023. Everything I just said is going to become common knowledge very soon, especially among those who are truly walking with the Lord. You're not asleep, you're awake, because the leaders of earth are applauding their intelligence, this wickedness, all right? They think it's great. It's sad. So do some wise virgins. They also think it's great. So do the foolish virgins. They also think it's great. They're even talking to this. Right? It's like talking to evil spirits. Okay? There's nothing artificial about it. Okay? And you're opening yourself up to this. All right? And look, there's even another guy, another person, very, very wealthy, a leader, an earth prince, as it were, among men. He wants to put a chip in your brain, okay, to interface and get you into close proximity to these evil spirits, all right, so that this intelligence can hijack you, literally. It's insanity, okay? And there's people that think this person is great, all right? They think he's great. I don't understand it. I don't understand why. His plan to do this is pure evil, and there's people that applaud this. Oh, it's so great. Okay, if you don't know who this is, then look, this person even says the following. I heard it once. He said that, oh yeah, well, this is what he said. Well, I don't mind. He said he doesn't mind if he goes straight to hell. And they asked him why, and he goes, oh, because that's where most of humanity is going. So I don't mind if I go to hell, because that's where most people are going. This is what this person said. All right, I'm talking about this guy. All right, just add the letter M, and you know what I'm talking about here, okay? That guy. Again, I mean, I wanted to share my vision because, the world's in trouble. Many can't see it. The spirit of stupor is upon them. They can't think right. They have no discernment. And they believe that everything is fine and dandy in the world. That this is all progress and it's going to be a great happy ending. No, something's coming. Something's coming for the world, all right? It's going to be bitter. It's going to be great. It's going to be terrible, all right? It's going to be this, and it's going to be everywhere, and it's going to be against those who are left behind. I'm talking to the Christians who are left behind. It's going to be great. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a great revival. Many are going to make good decisions and great choices. And one of the reasons why you're going to make those choices is because evil is going to come out. It's going to come out. You're going to see it. That's going to wake people up. If evil is real, so is God. All right? And no, it's not these guys. It's ridiculous. Oh, these guys took the people that left. And it's like, no, it has nothing to do with that, all right? I mean, the world is going to the Lord said, I'm going to choose their delusion. Again, we're talking about the spirit of stupor, all right? It's a real spirit. It's the spirit of ignorance. People can't think right. They can't access their critical thinking at all. All right, so I wanted to share that. Okay, to summarize, there's going to be a day, a flashpoint, when wise virgins across the world are going to literally bury in the ground or burn their cell phones. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I promise you, wise virgins are going to do it. They're not going to want to risk it. Okay, and not only that, it's like the book burning. It's like the book burning of these things. Remember when this happened? We read about it. It even happened in the Bible where they burned their books. You can read about that, okay? It's going to be the same thing. Many things are going to be happening in this revival, right? The false gods are going to be judged. And no, it's not going to be enough to just turn this thing off, okay? You can't turn your cell phone off anyways, okay? You just can't. I mean, it tracks and it hears everything, even when it's off. Some say you have to remove the batteries, but there might even be problems with that. There might be a contingency even with that. I've heard that even if you remove the battery, this thing is still hearing you and tracking you. Why? We're talking about the 2 letters. The 2 letters. All right? It's alive. It's real. These are, we're talking about the same force. Evil. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. I'll keep saying it because maybe some of you think this is a bedtime story. We're living in the Beast Kingdom era. We're literally seconds to midnight. Some call it 0 day. All right? I mean, we're so close. It's not even funny, and people are snoring in this, okay? I'm telling you, this device is being animated by evil. Okay? It's demonic. It has evil power, and you're holding it in your hand and putting it in your pocket, okay? And this is not coming. It's already here. Just say get rid of it. Okay? Don't have it. But there's going to be a flashpoint of awareness when it comes to this, where everyone's going to know about it. And they're going to act on it, because they're not going to want to risk it. The oppression is real. All right? So I wanted to talk about that. And talk about this oppression, okay? Because people are going to need to be set free from it. And the EMP will do that, okay? It will likely be regional, too, when this happens. But many are going to be disconnected to their oppression, and that's going to allow your mind to think for the first time in a long time, especially this TikTok generation that can't think right. They're reduced. It's bad. And it's not just intellectual. I'm telling you, there's a spiritual reality to this that people are ignoring. All right? That's the flashpoint that I'm talking about. Something else is going to happen to make it even worse. And when it happens, well, it's going to be obvious. But maybe not. Maybe it won't be obvious. That's why I'm warning. Okay? Because it's already here. And it's still not obvious to the sleepers. It's already here. Pray. Okay? Because I believe soon, everyone's going to know. The word's going to go out. You're going to need to bury your cell phone or burn it. All right? And this is as Great Tribulation events kick off, likely. It could be even before the rapture, as we know. Likely it will be before the rapture. Honestly, it's one of the senses that I get. Seriously. This is how eminent this is. I believe this is my conviction. All right? I was told to share. This is me sharing. Okay? To some of you, this will be an eye roll. Okay? I was told to warn. Okay? The spirit of stupor is real, and there are those without a fraction of discernment, and you're spiritually ignorant. Okay? You're with being lukewarm. Okay? And you want, entertainment. From Ephesians chapter 6 has gone hyper. It's against spiritual wickedness, and there are many people talking to evil. Okay? Oh, I'll just talk to it. I'll talk to it. Oh, it knows so much. Oh, it's in my house. It's madness. Okay? It's madness. All right? The spiritual warfare has reached its final stages, I believe. And things are not all. It's not what it seems. All is not what it seems. Not in the world. All right? We are being fought against. The wise virgin is being targeted. And, we're told to fast and pray for a time such as this. And I wanted to be obedient to that. Okay? This won't make sense right now. I realize that. The Left Behind will get this. And it's quite possible that we'll even see this before the kickoff. Before Harpazo. I don't know. Okay? I was just told to warn. But my feelings about cell phones and this is something that I've been shown so many times. But I had to warn on it, okay? Be well in Jesus' name. I hope this right now is you can avoid it. You can avoid it. You can have as less activity as possible, and stay off of it. All right, that would be my recommendation. It's not innocent, and the time is coming when people are going to be putting this down big time. All right, that time something's going to necessitate it. Okay, if you're wise, you're going to do it. All right, because the threat of this is real. It is, as I said, okay? It is a doorway. It is a doorway to evil, because the technology, the internet world, it's overrun. It is a conflagration of tens of thousands, even millions of evil spirits that are all there, dominating the cell phone internet world. Okay? It's evil, and this is going to be common soon. And again, as this thing kicks off, these two letters that I'm talking about, it's already here. People are talking to it. Okay? Oh, tell me what to do. I want this. And they think it's fun. It's stupor. It's spiritual ignorance. People have no idea what they're doing. Where's the spiritual discernment here? No discernment. Okay? Again, the folks who are not walking with the Lord, they have no clue, I tell you. Don't let it be you. And that's just one. There are others out there that are even more powerful and more wicked and more controlling over your everything. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. I'm going to leave it there, okay? Have nothing to do with this at all. And the time is coming where this is going to be common knowledge, and it's already very, very, very dangerous, all right? Evil spirit activity is very real. It was all over the New Testament world. When Christ walked the earth, it was all over the place. The Great Tribulation will be a place worse than that. How is it that the Great Tribulation is going to be that bad, where evil spirits and demons are going to be seen with the naked eye? It's because of this material. They're just going to come right out. It's going to manifest in a way that is going to be very, very bizarre, but very real. And I'm not the only one that has seen that. There have been so many, thousands of us who have had dreams on this. Rapture happens, and boom, people just start going crazy. I'm telling you, we're walking up to that. We're inches away. It's not something that will come. It's already here. Okay? It's already here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? That's the takeaway here. All right? I recommend going without it. Period. Literally, reduce your internet activity. That's my conviction. Okay? That's my conviction. All right? There are others who will argue that. Others will argue it. I'm told to warn. I'm told to warn. This is me warning. The time will come where everyone will get rid of it, especially the wise virgins. All right? You're going to have the wisdom to get rid of it. And, all right? Be well in Jesus' name. Fasting and prayer is this weekend. I pray that you join us for that. Take care.